Panther legends finally hanging up the cleats.
Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video from my channel.
Yo! Welcome to LCameraTV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and wherever else. And guys, don't forget to hit the bell notification, man. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. I upload randomly, so I don't want you guys to miss out. So definitely hit the bell icon, man. When you see it squeaking lines, you know you have been notified. And guys, we got a lot to talk about today. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, a Carolina Panther legend with all caps, is retiring. So we definitely got to talk about that. We got to talk about the Carolina Panthers legends in general and how often they retire with the team. And a certain linebacker is feeling kind of sad about certain things that happened in this offseason. So we have a lot to talk about, guys. So let's get started. So Carolina Panthers legend Julius is hanging up the cleats, man. He's played 17 seasons. He's the best pass rusher that the team ever had, you know what I'm saying, or ever drafted, whichever one you want to call it. He's a native from Carolina, and, you know, he's one of the best pass rushers to ever play the game. It's sad to see him go, you know what I'm saying. He did great things for the community. He was just amazing all around. Now, mind you, he has a little stint in Green Bay and Chicago, but he came back and did it right, and, you know, played for Carolina his last few years. And, you know, retire with the Panthers, which I'm really happy about. And just in general, he was a stand-up guy, man. He's never had, you know, he's always cared about his community. He's never really had any, you know, issues like that. And he's just always been good to the community, good to, you know, his team. Teammates loved him. He was just, you know, fans loved him. He was just an amazing guy, and it's really sad. I'm really sad to see him go. You know, that's a part of Carolina Panthers history, man. Like, if you're a Panthers fan, you know how great Julius was for us and is for us in general. And it's hard to see him go. I expected him to retire because obviously, you know, he's been playing for a long time. And this year, I kind of seen a significant decline. But in general, man, it's hard to see a guy that you know, gave his all for the team. And obviously, I would really like to have got Julius, you know, a Super Bowl ring before he retired, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like I would like Charles Johnson to get a Super Bowl ring before he retired. And, you know, if TD retires, you know, I would like him to have a championship ring with the Panthers at least before he retired. So it's really sad to see Julius go. You know, obviously he will always be remembered and always be known as one of the Panther greats. But you know, it's understandable, man. Like I said, you can't play forever. You know, I seen he was, you know, transitioning more to just being a, you know, philanthropist and, you know, being around his family more. Obviously, that's part of the reason why he came back to Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Because this is his home. This is where he grew up from. You know, grew up at. You know, this is where he went to college at. This is, you know, this is his home. You know what I'm saying? He's from Carolina. So, Julius, man, your video he put out, you know what I'm saying, to say goodbye to the fans was amazing. We will all miss you. I know that for a fact. We will all miss you. And, man, you know, have a great, you know, post-career. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he's going to do a lot of bigger and better things. And, you know, like he said, it's not goodbye, it's just see you later. So shout out Julius, man, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the comment section, man, show some love to, you know, a Carolina Panther legend that, you know, did it the right way since beginning and end. And, you know, came back and retired with us, you know what I'm saying? And just show love to Julius, man, because he will be missed. But the other thing I want to talk about is that we need more stories like this. And as much as I, you know, I love Julius and he retired a Carolina Panther, you know what I'm saying? He's a Panther lifer, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, obviously he had his little stint, but I still consider him a Panther lifer because he was with the Panthers from beginning and at the end. And plus, he was just, you know, I always felt that he was a Panther. You know what I'm saying? I think he just, me personally, I think he went to those other teams to try to win the rings, in my opinion. Just, you know, me personally. But, you know what I'm saying? We need more stories like this, man. You know what I'm saying? We got Charles Johnson who retired as a Panther. And I think Charles Johnson only retired as a Panther because once we let him go, nobody really picked him up and he had to retire. That was his situation. Julius obviously retired as a Panther. But Thomas Davis, he just got released. He's probably not going to retire a Panther unless he, you know, decides to come back for like one game or 1 year or whatever just to retire as a Panther. Steve Smith has not retired as a Panther. And it's sad, man. There's so many teams that have players that, you know, played for them and retired on their team, whatever. And the great players that we have are not retiring on our team. One, either we let them go, or two, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know why. Basically, we're letting them go, or you know, or they're going to another team or something like that. But I wish, you know, as Panther fans or just Panther organization would actually get these players and have them retire as Panthers, man. Especially if they played most of their career. Like Steve Smith should retire a Panther. Thomas Davis should retire a Panther. I would hate to see Thomas Davis in any other uniform or jersey, and I would hate to see Steve Smith in any other jersey. Now, mind you, he played for Baltimore, and he's probably going to be, you know, if we have a Ring of Honor, he'll probably be in there. Julius Peppers probably in there. You know, Thomas Davis probably be in there. But the sad thing about it is they should be retiring as Panthers, man. They shouldn't retire as other players. You know, hopefully, you know, we'll change that narrative. We'll change that and have some players actually retire as Panthers, man, because, you know what I'm saying, you got to do right. Like, you got to do right by your players. You got to do right by the people that stood by your organization, even when they have the opportunity to leave. And I think we should do right by, you know what I'm saying, our players, man. Like, especially with this team, you know, it's kind of like a family atmosphere. All these guys are connected. Jonathan Stewart is not going to retire as a Panther. D'Angelo Williams didn't retire as a Panther. There's so many guys that did not retire as Panthers, and it's really sad. It really is sad. And hopefully, man, you know, we can start changing that narrative. Now, mind you, certain guys, I wouldn't mind not seeing retire as Panther, you know what I'm saying? But the core guys, the guys that you know, done a lot for our team, was on our team for an extended period of time, like Jonathan Stewart, like D'Angelo Williams, like Julius Peppers, like Thomas Davis, like Steve Smith, like all these guys, you know what I'm saying, the Cam Newtons, the Luke Kings, hopefully they retire as Panthers too. I want to see them, you know, retire as Panthers and, you know, have their names, you know what I'm saying, in a Ring of Honor or something like that, whatever, to commemorate what they did for us, man. You know what I'm saying? Even Jake Delhomme, you know what I'm saying, or whoever else. Because they deserve that appreciation because they gave so much to our team. That's just me personally. And finally, Luke Kuechly says he's sad that all his friends are leaving. And, you know, I understand that. All your friends are retiring, you know what I'm saying? Thomas Davis, obviously, Julius Peppers. But you can honestly say now that this is his defense. Now, mind you, it's probably been his defense. Let's be honest. He was a middle linebacker for a while now. He's been dominant for years. But you got to remember, when he came to the team, John Beeson and Thomas Davis were there. John Beeson leaves. He becomes a middle linebacker. Now it's Thomas Davis and Luke Kuechly. You know what I'm saying? And they still had Charles Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Then Charles Johnson leaves, whatever. Julius Peppers comes. So it's now Thomas Davis and Julius Peppers. So he always had somebody on the defensive side that was more experienced or, you know, been on the team longer and all that stuff. He had one another. Now it's his defense to make the way he wants. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be the leader of the defense overall. He's probably already been a leader, like I said. But just in general, now you don't have TD at your side. Now you don't have Julius or Charles Johnson or John Beeson. You don't have any of those guys. Now it's just you and Shaq if he, you know, gets re-signed and all that stuff like that, whatever. And K1 Short. But it is truly Luke Kuechly's defense now. So he has to, you know, mold that thing, take ownership of it. And I've definitely seen him do it. You know, there's definitely a video of him, you know, spurring on the team and stuff like that, whatever. But it's also his responsibility to keep that culture in that defense. Because Thomas Davis was definitely a culture bringer. He was a vocal guy. He was an inspirer. He was that guy. Luke has to keep that culture on our defense. He has to keep that culture, you know what I'm saying, on the defensive side. Because the team in general has a very good culture. But Thomas Davis, I think, was more of the, hey, you know, even Cam Newton said, you know, so when they were going back and forth in practice and stuff, it was Thomas Davis and Cam going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes Luke would get a little jab in here and there, but that wasn't his thing. It was TD's thing, you know what I'm saying, Cam's thing. So maybe, you know, Luke might get into that more or just in general, you know what I'm saying, he has to be that lifeblood and that culture of that defense and bring forth what Thomas Davis and what these other guys brought to the table. So, shout out to Luke. You are losing some of your friends, but this is also your time to be like, hey, man, this is my defense, and you know what I'm saying, maybe some things that you wouldn't do before because, you know, TD took over that role, and now you can do that stuff. So, it's a good and bad in that situation. You know, so yeah, you're losing friends, but now you can actually put more of your imprint onto that defense and keep that culture or improve that culture for the defense in general. Well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and wherever else. And guys, get in the comment section, man. Show some love to Julius Peppers, man. I want to see a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, Julius Peppers love in my comment section, man. You know what I'm saying. Make sure you copy your girl some LCameraTV apparel. Valentine's Day is on the way, you know what I'm saying. Shirts, hats, and mugs, all types of cool stuff. Link in the description below. Check out the Patreon page. That link is also in the description below. Exclusive content, blooper reels, shout outs, all kinds of cool stuff. We share all cool things as far as Panthers, you know what I'm saying. Shares all the Panther family, anybody Panther related, all the Panther fans out there, all your Panther friends. Let them know LCameraTV is rocking Panther Nation rocking LCameraTV. thank y'all for showing love. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. And salute to a legend out there in Julius Peppers, man. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.